Hello and welcome to the fifth and final stage of track day for the McLaren 765LT Longtail. Here we've got to do a bunch of drafting, and I'm not very concerned about that because it hasn't been so hard so far, but you never know. They're only asking us to finish in 15th for this stint, so that makes me think that it might not be possible to win this race. However, I'm still going to give it a shot without taking aggressive off-track cutting. Which, well, maybe I should. Although, well, I've got to get all this drafting and, oh, wait a second, I'm pretty sure this is going to be quite winnable. Because everybody's right there. Okay, well, no worries, just have to get all this drafting in. Which, oh yeah, that's not going to be a problem at all. There we go, there's the leader right there, and I can follow him for a while. Sometimes in events like this, where you've got all these different cars, if a stage is really hard for you, sometimes quit, back out of the race, and go back in, and you'll get a different setup of cars. So, because there are some cars that aren't as fast, like this one is slower than me, but the Lamborghinis are faster. And then you've got the Audis that are fast in the corners, but slow in the straights in this particular event that we've got. And then the Porsches were also quite fast. Oops, oh, I just decided to wreck him. See, there we go, there's a Porsche, just overtook me. So I'm horsing around too much, I decided to pit that guy, pit the Ferrari, and the Porsche overtook me. So I might just do a little bit of a bump pass here, because I'm pretty sure I've wrecked my car. A little bit of a bump pass. Just braking a little bit later than I should, so that I can shove him off track. Sorry, Mr. Porsche. Not really. Okay, well, I won. I like to win. I kind of won dirty, but I won nonetheless. What do we got here? Push to 10th without damaging the car. You know, of course, the narration can't understand that I just won, but it is kind of funny. I'd have to push backwards to go back from winning, but... Okay, so with this one where we've got... It's a rolling start. Basically 1 1/4 lap. I'm pretty sure this one is not winnable, although... Oh, well, I blew the breaking point. It might be if I took super aggressive off-track cuts. I'm not going to do that. Maybe I should, but I don't really want to go and do the event twice, so... Let's see. Off-track wouldn't damage me. I mean... Yes, it does damage your car as far as servicing is concerned. It doesn't damage your car as far as failing a stage is concerned. However, sometimes when you're taking an off-track cut, you just lose control of the car and you smash into something, and then you're going to fail a stage. And I'm already in 10th place, you know, that's the requirement. Let's just see how far I can push gently. There's another Ferrari that doesn't have a lot of top speed, but he's got great acceleration. It won't matter. 9th place, yeah, I'll just let this go this way. But, in a future event, I might not. I might actually, at this point, do the really crazy off-track cutting. Because, oh yeah, look, there's a nice little gaggle here. 8th place, 7.6. I certainly could have, if I would have pushed it. Let's see, can I get to 5th? Can I get much further than 5th? Yep. Nope. Oh, that looks like... Oh, I'll get 4th. Nice. But yes, aggressive off-track cuts, and it might have been possible to win that race. Oh well. It's in the bank, that's what matters. This one's interesting. You're only allowed to hit a certain top speed once. If you hit it a second time, you fail. So, once you hit it and you go over it, you might as well just keep it floored. So I kind of planned out, where do I want to do this? Where do I want a big speed run? Like, here I could exceed it. I don't really want to, because I'm not going to be in the throttle that much longer. But you can see, right there I had to get out. And you just sit there feathering the throttle. Or if you're running tilt A, you're kind of feathering the brakes. And then coming up here, there's another section. From here on, for a while, I'm full throttle, so I could have spent it here, but I didn't want to. I'm deciding to save it for heading to Stowe. That's where I'm going to spend it. And maybe that's not the best place, and I don't think it matters that much. Either way, I'm going to easily pass the stage. Like, this is another place you could spend it, but I didn't test this too much. I don't know if I can stay full throttle after through cops. If I could, then this would be the best place. But it feels like I'm pushing that pretty hard as it is. So there you can see feathering, 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 feathering. So here, I will go full throttle and stay full throttle. And you'll see what I mean. So there we go, 1 of 2. I'll just stay full throttle and I'll be fine. I just can't do this a second time. And that's kind of frustrating. The most I can get really is about third place, sorry. Second place is right there, but I'm not going to see him. Oh well. That will wrap up this particular race. And like I've been saying, at the end of this, I will be adding everything up. Everything I've spent and everything I've earned. So these little freeze frame screens I do right here, I'm going to be adding up all those earnings as well. So all bonus earnings and regular earnings. Magical application of upgrades. Interesting stage where you've got a time requirement and a skid requirement, and that skid didn't count. How strange is that? You might ask why that skid happened, and that's because in out laps, or when you have a partial lap before the start-finish line, which I guess they all are, the computers will drive in formation. The AI will drive in formation. What does that mean? Well, that means that if one car is on the left, the next car is on the right. And then the car after that is on the left, and the car after that's on the right. So, before we get control of our own car, it's going to be driving in formation. So, sometimes that means that, well, they're driving it kind of like a doofus, I guess. So what I'm going to do with this particular event, I could be skidding now, but I figured, you know what, might as well just get the lead first and get skidding in later. So if I do something horribly wrong, if I really mess up a skid, I'll still be able to defend first place. So I think that's the best plan. Not very hard to fit in a bunch of skids, especially since, there we go, there's the guy that I need to take over, and it's a Porsche. So I do have to watch him. He's going to be fast. I like that particular Porsche. So let's see here. So you can see he's gaining on me now. He's just started gaining again. So we'll just take this nice power out of this. You can see that programming is set low for him because I have done no bot slowing. I've been driving aggressive. And he's still, that Porsche could have taken that corner a lot faster. Oh, and look at that. Oh my goodness. That's some sloppy chicane driving there, Mr. Porsche. Got 2 seconds in there already. Ooh. Trying to keep it on track. 6 seconds in. I guess it's 6 skids. You know what? That's really weird. Why does it say 6.0? It's not giving me partial skid. You either skid or you don't. Yeah, never mind that. They made it look like a timer again. They did this in another stage. Yep, I was just testing that. There's nothing about that that's a timer. So that's just a visual, that's just a display glitch on their part. They've loaded the wrong numbers in there. Oh well, it works. I think I'm going to have tons of time left. Now I just need to drive. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be any issue at all. I love powering out of this. Go downhill a little bit, and then this is heading into Stowe. Used to be overhead banners here for braking points, but if you look on the left, there's a remnants of those banners, and so it's still really easy to see your braking points. For a while, it was really messing people up. All that happened back in the, let's see, 2019 season of Formula One. The track had to get reconfigured to meet requirements. Okay, well there we go, on to the last requirement, the last race. And it's donut time. I love it. I love that they included this. And they finally included the suggestion to turn off all assists. That's really important. I'm going to give you another tip. Not just turn off all assists, but crank your sensitivity to 10. Now, you really want to get this done easily, pull over and park. We're going to go 12 times normal speed, but you sit there and just wait till that last guy goes by. You start this race in second place, but if you try to do donuts at that point, you're just going to get bashed. And it's just going to waste tons of your time. I think in the long run, you save time doing what I just showed you. So there you go. I don't know if you noticed this, but I didn't drive too long before throwing it sideways. This car has such amazing downforce that if you get a huge amount of speed before you try to throw it into a skid, it actually will just say, no thank you. So throw it sideways early, and then I was feathering the throttle to get it going. With other settings, you can kind of feather the brakes to get it going as well. Now let's get into my total expenses and earnings. So there's all my upgrade costs, and there's everything I earned, including all bonus amounts. I hope you enjoyed this, found some useful tips. Please like, please subscribe, check out my other playlists, and I'll have future events coming up.